So someone suggested that I should do a garden tour or garden update. I know we put out a couple of garden videos, potatoes and garlic. I did one video with green beans, but my husband never put that one up. So I have to get on to him about that one. Anyway, this is a garden update. I've been out here scratching some potatoes. I've got a bunch more in the house, but just a few extra. Testing out. I've gotten what I've got in the house off of those 2 rows. So those few that I just showed you came off of those 2. These are the potatoes that we planted. This is the 1 row that I used seed potatoes that I had left over from last year. Were in my shed. And then the others. Initially I wanted to plant peppers here, but I decided to go ahead and plant 1 row of corn. And there it is, coming up nice. Corn I kind of treat just like the potatoes. I dropped some Triple 10 on the ground and healed up around the base of the stalks. They need all the help they can get. As tall as the stalk grows, it needs a good heavy base to support it. Now we've got 4 long rows of green beans. These are yellow crickneck squash. They have been through heck. I started these seeds too early, and I put them out right before our final frost. We didn't know we were going to have another one. It kind of snuck in there, but we had 1 more frost. We came out here and I healed these up as much as possible, and we even covered them with plastic. That was one of those 2 stakes are right there. And also my zucchini over in the raised beds, and I'll show you that in a minute. Only half of those survived it. So English peas were on this trellis to begin with over the winter. Now we've got tomatoes. I don't know if you can see. That's what they call a spoon tomato. You can see the little blooms there. This was a free seed from Baker Creek. I've got 6 of those. Sorry about the road traffic. It's Sunday and a lot of people are traveling. Now these are San Marzanos. I got these from Eden Brothers, the seed from Eden Brothers. Baker Creek, if you do any business with Baker Creek, if you buy, it used to be, I think it still is, if you spend more than $5, they'll give you a free seed pack. The spoon tomatoes were one of my free seed packs. I got another one I'm going to show you in just a second. But these San Marzanos are huge. Need to check for suckers. I see a couple here. Just taking off some of the lower ones on the bottom, the lower leaves. This down here. And I think we've got the beginnings of some blooms right there for that one. Now these San Marzano, the first time I've ever planted them, and I really want to have a good success with them because I want to make some tomato sauce out of them. Just plain tomato sauce, not spaghetti, not pizza, just plain. And we got a space here, but we've got some pickles here. This is a national pickling cucumber. We've got little bitty pickles. A couple of the plants don't look too good, but some of them are putting on blooms and kind of showing out. These are the national pickling cucumbers. I get these from Hoss. I've done these about 3 or 4 years now. I got to remember to get myself an onion too to put in the crock pot. And the other free seed tomato was another tomato. It was a Thornburg. I don't know, but there is one. We try to plant these around these little water things right here, so they'll have a water base. So there's one there. These are actually catching water off the other side of the San Marzano ones, and you can see the difference. Now they were all planted at the same time. There's a San Marzano. There's that Thornburg. But the difference is these I've just set out. They've been in seed cups waiting, so you can see the difference once you really put them in the ground and start fertilizing them. I didn't do a video on planting the tomatoes, but what I usually do when we dig the hole, I put a little of our homemade compost in and some Epsom salt, some bone meal, put them in the hole, cover it up, and then a little potash on the top. Now our onions, are falling over. This one I pulled up the other day. I'm going to pull this one up as well because the leaves are done for. So we'll just go ahead and pull those up. But you do have some like this one. That one's going a little bad on me. We've got one here that's falling down. That's when you know they're ready. They've done all they're going to do. Their neck is falling over. And I've got a few that's done that. When you have most of them, I would say 80% of them, falling over like that, then you can go through and bend over the rest of them and just leave them there for a day or two. What I do is once I've let them bend over, I'll pick them up out of the ground. I'll lay them on top of the ground. If it's going to be a couple of dry days, we just lay them on top of the ground and let them dry out, and then we'll start trying to store them a little bit under the shed. And the ones that are going to go in the house will probably get trims off their roots and the tops, and they'll go in the house. So these are the zucchini that survive. I have 5 here, which all 5 came back out. They just are now putting on blooms. I was scared there for a minute they weren't. I've got one over here with the garlic. I planted some dill there. I don't know if you can see it with the sunshine. And we've got a startup tomato that just came out of the compost because I put compost in this bed before I planted the zucchini. That's just a startup. Don't know what it is. Sorry again about the traffic. This is the garlic, the experimental garlic that I bought at Walmart. Not quite sure when we're going to harvest it. I think most of the leaves have to be dead in order to kind of give you the signal that it's done. And here's another zucchini in this bed. But yeah, the ones that were planted here, there were 6 of them here, and they're all shot. I think there's one kind of hanging on over there. But it's probably not going to have enough time to catch up. Put some on. I could be wrong. I'd be pleasantly surprised if it did catch up and grow a whole bunch of zucchini. But you see the onions are way out here on the side. Now this, right through here, is where the peppers are going to go, since I didn't put them over there between the potatoes. This is winter squash on this end of the garden. This is Cherokee tan pumpkins. And I am trying to grow these for the 3rd time. I've never been really successful in it. These are 2 butternut squash. I did 6, 4 of them. I don't think all 4 of them died in transplant. I think some of them got hit by that frost. So, green beans. And the green beans are a lot more grassy down on this end. This is kind of a newer part. We keep extending this garden every year. It gets a little longer. Over here we've got, I believe these are blue Hubbards, and we've got one right there. First time I've ever grown these, and these are what I call those French peanut pumpkins. They're pale yellow, pale orange with like the nodules on the outside that look like peanuts. Gallo, Diane, something, I don't know. Something Southern accents aren't meant to say. Anyway, we've got a little space right here that nothing is planted. Kind of lay that out. And our potatoes have been fertilized and healed. These 2 were done the weekend of Easter, and then this past week or so, I think I've done these. And then our corn. One more thing I'm going to show you. If you watched the video with Claire, my niece, she wanted to do a video when they were here, and we planted some radishes. Now, I'm not a radish fan. I said that in the video. And I thought they were all the same. I thought all radishes, I guess, were little red balls. I was wrong. The free seed that I got was called daikon radish. When I looked them up, they were white, almost carrot-like in shape. And I think we put them in a pot that was probably too small. So we're going to go up here. I'll show you that. And the peppers that I'm going to plant. And that should be everything. Once I get those peppers in the ground, I'm pretty much through. I have a workbench. It's right here. So these are, and we've got some kind of flies, man. I don't know what those are. They just came up. But those are the radishes. There's a petunia. I got the petunia seed from, man, they're everywhere. I got those petunia seed from Eden Brothers as well. I got the Snapdragon seed right there from Eden Brothers. These are, I have 6 jalapeno peppers that I got from Baker Creek. And then I got 6 that are King Arthur bells. I want to say I got those from Hoss. But that's it as far as our garden tour. Try to give you an update. We'll get in more into the, digging up the potatoes a little later on when they're ready, because we'll start canning as well. So big chrysanthemum there. Here's some more petunias that I got from Eden Brothers. And I have yet more over here. There's more in the front yard too, but there's another big pot of them. And that's it. Thank you for, there's the chicken coop and the little coop with the biddies in it right now. Thank you for coming to South Georgia home and visiting us. And hopefully we'll see you soon.